All right. Now, this is the first time, or this is the first serious conversation I've had. So bear with me. I'm nervous too,
Oh,
but
okay.
but it's rolling. So again, thank you for coming. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure it was a not an easy decision to make given the subject matter, but it's necessary, and there are people that are going to love to hear what you have to say. Um, no introductions. The story is what matters. So I guess we can start with explain because I'm not. I watched some of your videos, and what prompted me to asking you to come by was when I watch your videos, you seem really. You can see it on your face that it's still
Yeah.
that you're dealing with a lot, that you've been through some things. Those are the best, in my opinion, those are the best people to talk to. Those are the people that have experience others need to hear and
Yeah.
others need to see. And the other thing I think about that is you never know, who
Right.
you can help. You never know, what light bulb might click when people hear certain things.
Yeah.
So that's why I said don't be nervous, because when it's all said and done, there's nothing bad that can come from it.
Right.
Right? So with that being said, you can explain your situation, what happened, however much detail you want to put into it is fine with me. So
Yeah.
you have the floor.
Okay. Well, so I mean, I won't say the beginning part, just whatever. But I do think that there are certain people that know how and who to pick, and they will they don't want a strong, confident, you know, independent person because that's a challenge. They don't want a challenge. They want easy, and so I think people like that, they know, and then they can find out your weak spots, and they know how to validate you in a way that maybe you aren't validated or whatever, and they can fill a void that you have, but it's good until it isn't.
Right.
So yeah, I think that's where I was at a very low point. And this particular person I had known in the past, and so it was like, oh hey, blah blah blah, like reconnecting, like nobody, it's fine. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, well, I always this, like when we were kids, and oh, I always that when we, and that when you're not in a good place and you kind of want someone to pay attention to you, that's nice to hear that, oh, I've thought about you all these years or something like that. And so that's like, then they know they have an in, and then they can kind of start, I don't know.
Was it you feel like it was some manipulation?
Oh, absolutely.
It was?
Oh, yeah. Oh, from the start. And the crazy part is, for me, I knew it. I saw it. There was instances that I literally, one day I told my friend, do you think he's the devil? Like, I saw the red flags, and I ignored them because I don't know, I guess I was just so broken from other things that it was just like, well, this is better than that, so I might as well just.
You mean like his relationship wise, like?
Well, yeah, because you know how it is when you first start in a relationship. It's great. No one tells you the awful things about themselves.
Honeymoon phase,
yes.
They call it, right?
I mean, but even during that time, I did see things that were not right.
Such as, that's a good.
I mean,
ahead.
like, just if he would say, send me a picture. Well, I don't want to take a picture right now. Well, if you don't take a picture, I'm not, and just wouldn't talk to me. Yeah, like little things like that. Well, I never.
Microaggressions.
Yes, I mean, I never I didn't feel comfortable with that because I didn't like to take pictures.
Right.
And as you can see, now I take them all the time.
You're getting out of your shell. That's good.
Yeah. And I don't know, maybe that's partly because of him, because he he did, like, oh, you know, you're so this, that, and the other. And when you've heard for a long, long time, like, things that are like wrong with you as far as like physically or whatever, and then someone else comes along and like tells you, oh my God, I love this about you, like, that's nice to hear, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, who wouldn't like to hear those things? And then it's like, then you're kind of like sucked in,
Right.
and then even like the little things, it's like, well, it's just because, you know, or I don't know them that well yet, or it's because they had a bad day, or it's because I did something wrong, it's because I had a bad day and now they have an attitude with me. So it was like little things like that, and then soon it's just, well, where are you going, and who are you gonna be with, and send me your location and send pictures.
Slowly just started.
Yeah. Like, I would be out with my mom. Well, send me a picture. What are you guys eating? Show me what your mom is eating. I want to see her eating.
No. Yeah, that's serial killer type stuff.
I want to see what she's eating.
No.
I want to, I want to see that you're there. Take a video. Say this. Like, show me that. It's just, looking back, I can see it was all his insecurity.
Was there a rhyme or reason to why he was like that? Was it?
I'm pretty
was there
sure
ever a
because
conversation
he was
about
doing all the things that he was saying I was doing.
Right.
Right? I mean, I'm fairly certain. At the end,
That's normally how it goes.
I mean, at the end, he did say, well, I cheated on you the whole time. And I was like, oh, good to know. And it was like, I was just trying to make you feel bad. No, you weren't. That's exactly what you were doing. Everything he accused me of, which I feel is how it is. The things they accuse you of are what they
the
are
same
doing.
thing. Yeah. It's their.
Yes,
yeah.
it's and then it's like trying to get you to admit to something. And it's like, I didn't do
So they feel
anything.
better about themselves
Yes.
is normally why they do that.
Yeah. So, I mean, not that anyone wants to get hit, but honestly, it's like sometimes I would just say, like, you should just hit me. You should just beat my ass. Because what you're doing to me mentally is
just as bad
way
either way.
worse.
Yeah.
It's way worse because that doesn't leave. Bruises fade. But those thoughts and those feelings, I mean, they still come up. It's been over a year. And I still, like, see things and I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, you know.
So there are triggers, like what are...
I mean, sometimes, I always would watch, like, true crime stuff like that. Sometimes when I watch it now, when they talk about things, I'm like, oh my God. Like, it's like I can't breathe almost because it's like it's that way. Or talking to someone else who's been through it, it's like, first of all, why are they all the same?
Right.
Why don't they learn new tricks? Like,
yeah.
But it's just like, dang, like, I can't believe that happens to other people. And then it's like, how could I have been so stupid? You feel stupid. You feel embarrassed. You feel ashamed. You feel guilty. There's so many thoughts. And, I mean, even just sometimes, like, I got to the point where I wouldn't even, like, pulling at a stoplight, you just glance over at the car next to you. I wouldn't even look over because he'd be like, well, who are you looking at? Who are you looking at in the car? Even he wasn't even with me, and I wouldn't look over because I didn't know, well, what if it's someone he knows, and then they say that I was looking at them a certain way.
Traumatized.
Yeah, and so sometimes when I glance over at a car, I think I still have that feeling like I shouldn't look at them. I shouldn't look over at the car next to me because what if they think that I'm trying to do something? And it's like, I can do whatever I want.
Right.
you know? I mean, and I could then too, but they just break you down further than you already were. I mean...
How bad did it get? Were you hospitalized or was it just an ongoing...
No, it was just, I mean, I don't know if there's like and I do that to myself too. Well, it wasn't as bad as this person. At least he didn't do this. And I do that to myself.
That's not good.
But at the same time, it's like he still did what he did. I mean, the instance that I think really made me like, I have to be done. I was at work and he had not wanted me to talk to one of my friends because...
Male friend?
No, a girlfriend. He did not want me to talk to her, and I kind of like did behind his back, and he found out. And I mean, it was just texting, but the I don't know how you can, how people talk.
Yeah.
And so you can hear through the text like what they're saying. You can feel I could feel the anger, even though it was just a text message.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was literally shaking, and my coworker had to pick me up off the floor. Like, I couldn't like function. I mean, and I was like, what am I doing? What am I doing? And even still then, I still stayed for another like 2 months.
Were you working, were you 1 foot in, 1 foot out, or were you trying to work it out with?
I was in my mind like, I need to get like this, like if I don't start leaving now, he is going to do something. Like, in my opinion, it can't just stay like a mental, verbal thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to progress to physical. And he's a giant. Like, you know, I mean, he's a big person, and there's just no way. I mean, there's no way. There's no way. I mean,
your family and friends knew what was going on?
Not really.
You never hinted to it, or they never? I mean, your family can see when something's, you know, for the most part, when something's wrong with you.
I had other things going on, so it was just that, and that's the thing that you do too. It's like when people ask you, "Oh, I'm just tired. I'm just tired. I'm just tired. I'm just, you know, having a rough day. It's my allergies. Like, that's why I'm crying." You know, you make excuses because you want to protect them, right? Because you don't want people, because there are good aspects to them. If there weren't, you wouldn't have been with them in the first place.
Right.
So you want to protect them. You're hopeful that they're going to change their behaviors and just like do a complete turnaround. And like I said, like, you feel stupid. You feel like, how could I let this happen? Like, I'm not a stupid person, but yet I let this person completely control and dictate my life. And I have, like, things that I would never have done before. All of a sudden, I'm like, oh, you're right. Like, I'm not, like, I'm a quiet person, but I will speak up.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't. And so it's like, how can I not speak up for myself? Like, what's wrong with me? If this was my daughter,
you would, yeah.
I would want her to get out of there as soon as she could. And I wanted it to work. I wanted him to want to change. Like, I knew I couldn't change him, but I wanted him to want. And I think I thought, well, if I just am patient, and if I just, you know, if I just keep, you know, just being nice. And
I think a lot of women make that mistake.
Yeah.
Especially at our age, anything over 25, whoever that man is when you meet him, that's who he's going to be. There is no, oh, he'll change or he'll snap out of it. It doesn't happen. And I wish more women would, like,
get that.
It doesn't happen. It's not going to happen. No. Unless something tragic where a guy goes to prison or something life-changing, well, then I can see how it is. But just on average, no. It doesn't happen.
And I knew that. Like, I know that people don't change unless they want to. I know that. But I guess I thought, well, if I'm just, you know, a constant in his life and I just keep showing up and I just keep, you know, showing that I care, then he will want to for himself, and then I can benefit from that too.
You had good intentions for sure.
And that's just dumb. You know?
When you look back at it,
Yeah, but he would literally say, I'm not changing. This is who I am. I'm not changing.
Oh, man, you were supposed to get out of there.
And that's the thing. I mean, if you could, you know, and that's why it was hard for me, because I did see all that. I saw that, and I knew that, and
You wanted to be with him that much to where you were willing to fight throughout.
Looking back, being out of it, it's like, no, I did not. No, I didn't. What was I doing? No, I didn't. And I don't. There's nothing. I made him special. There's nothing special about him. I made him special. So it's like, when you're out of it, though, it's like, oh my gosh, like, you see it. You can see it, for starters. So I just, I don't know. I think but that's the thing. They choose you when you're low, and then they take you lower.
Are you a hopeless romantic?
No.
I'm only asking because normally a hopeless romantic, if they feel like they just have to be with somebody, they put up with way more than they need to. Because, okay, were the police ever
they should have been, but no. I mean, no, because, again, you know, you want to protect them. You don't want
neighbors never.
We weren't like together like that.
Oh, okay.
There were other circumstances. So no, But I mean, yeah, I don't know.
Any any support groups that you
I started going to therapy.
saying
Yeah.
how did that go? Were you able to
Yeah.
fully
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, I still go. I still go.
yeah.
But now I'm able to deal with other things, like kind of like, how did I get there? How did I get so low that I let that happen? And that's now, because I mean, the first, I'd say 6 to 9 months, it was all about him every single week. That's all I talked about. I don't know how I let this happen. He did this. He did that. He was texting me this. He said this. He did that. And then it's like all of a sudden, it's like I got to a good point, and I'm like, oh, like that doesn't matter anymore. Like, I mean, the man still texts me. I mean, it's crazy. It's like, it's just the need for control. I don't think he genuinely cares about me. I think he doesn't like to lose. And he lost because I left and he didn't leave.
You guys, you still run across?
No.
Not at all?
No.
If you were to, how do you think, would you break down? Would you be able to just keep moving? Like, how do you think?
Well, I dread that. Honestly, I think about that a lot.
But it's reality, because you never know where, right.
I think he would be all smiles, like, oh, hey, like nothing happened. He would be so happy, and I would just be trying to, like, how can I get out of here? Like, just, that's why, like, I have my keys in my hand. As soon as I get in the car, I lock the door. I'm always, like, looking around, like, because I don't think he would, like, do anything physically to me, but I do think that he would, like, try to, corner me, or, like I said, act like everything's fine, like we're just old friends, like, catching up, and that's not.
Normally, when you hear about situations like this, one of the reasons women stick around is because they're scared of what the guy will do when
she leaves.
Yeah. So how did it actually cut off to where all communication is done? Like, how did that go?
Well, it's because I did start therapy. I think because he did, like, the time when I was on the floor, whatever. He was like, I'm gonna send someone to your house. I'm gonna have someone come slash your tires. I'm gonna do this, that, the other. And of course, it was like, don't tell anybody. Don't you tell anybody what's happening.
Right.
Don't say nothing. But yet I still kept that I talked to him again, and but when I finally, I just was like, I can't do this anymore. Something just clicked. And I think it was because, like, seeing her, and she told me, like, you don't have to stay. Like, you deserve better than that. Like, you deserve more than that. You are not your mistakes. You're not your past. You deserve, to not be abused. Right. That's really the gist of it, I guess. And it just, something finally clicked. And maybe it's because I felt like I had someone who listened without judgment. Because I think when you tell your friends and your family, it's like, well, just leave. Just leave. Why just leave?
Right.
Why don't you just walk away? And it's like, because they have, like, this hold over you. And sometimes it's financial. That was part of it. Give me all the money. Give me all the money I ever gave you. Give it all back to me now.
Making it, like,
it's
impossible.
Like, if I had that money, you wouldn't have had to give it to me.
Right.
Like,
Seriously.
So clearly, I can't give you back all of it right this second. And, stuff like that. So it's, it's like you can't just leave. Plus, it's like you do care about them. And you are scared, and you don't know what they're going to do, because they are unpredictable, even though it's like they're predictably unpredictable. Like, something's going to happen. Like, you can sense it. They're acting this way. Something's going to, like, set them off. So I got to be on high alert and mind my business and keep my tone down and don't talk back and don't say this and, just be nice. And so it's like, people don't understand that sometimes, I think. And I mean, when I think about it, it's like I'm glad they don't understand it because that means they've never been in it. So I'm glad that they don't, but at the same time, you have to be a little bit more understanding because you don't understand. You know?
You have to be a little more okay.
You know what I mean? Because you don't get it. You have to be just patient, ask questions, or just wait for someone to share, or just be there. Just tell people that you're there. And because I mean, I think most people, they eventually want to talk about it. I mean, it's like freeing to you when you can say it out loud.
Yeah.
It's like, because when you can talk about it, it's like they lose that power and that control. But it's like you have to choose who is safe to talk about it. And when you feel judged by people, why would I tell you?
Right.
Like, so then it's like it's easier to stay because that person at least you can talk to. And that's another thing that I would tell him too, like, that was messed up. It's like, you're the person who abuses me and takes me to my lowest point, and then you're the person I go to for comfort. Like, how effed up is that?
I always say, when we love people, the people that have the power to make us happiest also have the power to put us at our lowest. So it makes sense because this person can pull the strings on your heart. So I totally get that. I've said that for years.
Yeah.
If you could go back and start all over, how soon would you have left? Would have been a couple months in?
I never would have started.
But I'm saying after you found out, how deep was it in it? You said where you started showing the signs and red flags.
I mean, it was pretty. I don't really remember. It was probably way sooner than I.
About a week.
I mean, no, maybe a month-ish. I don't know, but you know, but then I think about it and I think no, because had I done that, like, there's a reason. There's a reason why it happened the way it happened. There's a reason why I had all the things happen. It's like there were other things in my life that I would not have maybe like got out of.
Like what? I'm gonna skip that.
Yes.
So what's this silver lining, or is there no silver lining?
No, I think there is, because I feel like this has made me who I'm supposed to be. Like, I would have never, are you crazy? I would have never done something like this before. Never, ever.
Because it was too touchy, or you were...
No, just because it's like, I'm not going to I'm not doing that. I'm not being on nothing. I'm not saying this. I'm not talking about that. Like, obviously, I wouldn't have been able to talk about it because it wouldn't have happened. But, about anything. Like, so I do think that it's, and every time I do talk about it, I always get, someone messages me and tells me, like, this happened to me. Like, you know, then someone else, this happened to me. And it's like, you feel completely alone when you're in it because you think no one can understand it. And then when you talk about it and someone says, oh my God, like, thank you for saying that because that same exact thing happened to me. Then it's like you realize you're not alone. Like, there are more people out there that have experienced these things, that want to talk about it, but again, because they don't have a safe space. So it's like, if I can be that for somebody, then to me it was completely worth it.
In the country, 1 in 3 women, I believe it said, and in Michigan, I think they said it's either that or a little bit higher.
Yeah.
So, like I said before, it's a rough thing to talk about, and using myself for example, and I didn't go through that, but with my whole health scare that I had, and when I posted, you know, I'd post me getting back normal and working out, losing the weight, and doing all this and that and the third. I had people do the same thing.
Yeah.
They would inbox me and say, hey, you know, there are other people that are going through the same exact thing you are, but nobody says anything.
Right.
And they thank me for it. You know,
Yes.
it makes a difference. I almost feel like God wouldn't put you in the position and pull you through it if you weren't
supposed to. Yes. No, I agree.
That's what it's all about. To me, that's what it's all about. That's the silver lining in it.
Yeah, for sure.
How does that change? You got kids?
I do.
Were they?
No.
How does that change dating moving forward, or are you like totally out of it? Like I'm not
interested in that.
I wouldn't imagine so.
I mean, there are people that like, message me and I'm just like, ew. Because I don't trust people's intentions.
Mm-hmm.
I always am like, well, is this a setup? Is this a trick? Even this.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, is this?
I know. I know how it works. Yeah.
Like, what is this? What is gonna happen? Is he gonna be up there like waiting?
Is he some lunatic?
Like, but I'm, like, I always think there's like an ulterior motive, but at the same time, it's crazy because I'm super like naive and trusting. So
like, how does that work?
Exactly. It's like I feel like I will believe what anyone says until I'm, because I feel like everyone deserves that until you prove otherwise. But then it's like in certain situations, I'm like, no, there's something that's not right. Something must be. This is just a trick. This is a setup.
Do you feel like that does a certain level of damage to your future by, and I 1,000% get being turned off to the idea of, moving forward with someone else? But do you feel like that cripples you as far as finding?
No, because I think now I trust myself enough to follow my intuition. I am not scared to leave somebody now. Like, whereas before it's like, oh, there's red flags. And I was making excuses. Well, he's had this, all these traumas. Mm-hmm. That's why he's like this. And I'm trying to like help him navigate them. Now it's like your
being a
nurturer are your own. Like, and you can deal with that on your own. Mm-hmm. Like, so I think that I'm not scared to just be like, nope, this isn't what I want, and leaving it where it is. Whereas before I always felt bad. Well, they need somebody. Everyone leaves. I can't leave. Mm-hmm. So I'm not like, I don't think it's gonna be like super hard when I decide that I'm gonna do that, because I do trust myself now. I do think I will follow my intuition. I will not make excuses for all the red flags. I will not say that they are pink. I will say that they are red, and I will be like,
where did you hear that from somewhere, or is that like, because that's a good.
Oh, I'm like, no.
No, that's that's a good way to put it. Some people, I feel like a lot of people, men too.
Yeah.
We overlook stuff where we know better, and we're like,
yeah. But I think for men, I don't know, and maybe I'm wrong because I'm not a man, obviously, but I feel like men like a little crazy.
Until
Until
you dealt with actual crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's like, and I think it's for this person, like the more we fought, I think the more he felt I cared. Like, and I'm like, that's
a thing.
That's not love. That's manipulation. You're making me fight so that I can prove to you how much I care about you.
Right.
That's not good. Like, that's not how it's supposed to be.
To women out there that are seeing this, hearing this, 3 things that you tell them as far as the red flags goes, advice on leaving. If you could give some advice to yourself going back then, what would it be?
As soon as something feels wrong, it is. As soon as you start saying, but when it's good, it's so good, that leave. If something doesn't feel right, it isn't. Even if it's literally just you, that means it's something. If there's something, because your body doesn't lie to you. If you feel like tense or whatever, like there's something wrong. And you don't have to justify it. No is no. I'm not interested in this anymore. That's enough. And if you need help, there are people. Like, you just have to, I guess, that's the hard part, finding the right person or the right people that can support you and help you through it.
Do you get tired? Well, not tired, but do you get tired of talking to people when they do inbox you? Do you like, I'll get sick of it?
No. no. Sometimes I read things and that is triggering for me because it takes me back because obviously that's what we have in common. And like I said before, like I don't like bonding over it with people. But no, I don't get tired of it because I just think like maybe if I had someone to talk to that wasn't helping me justify it, because I did have someone to talk to and she helped me justify the behaviors. So maybe if I had someone that was like, absolutely not, leave now, like
you had
yes.
Was she going through, or he, whoever, it was female, was she going through the same thing?
See, yes, and I would tell her that, and she was like, no, and I'm like, you're in an abusive relationship.
Wrong person to even be talking to about it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But and I didn't see that then because she was the person that I went to. So yeah, but looking back, I'm like, oh my gosh, like we were both just
going through it.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, the main thing I think is if something feels wrong,
it is,
and if they do it once, they're gonna do it again.
How often do you cry or break down, or was that a phase that you kind of out of?
I am kind of out of that. There are other things that like I said, like that now I'm focused on, that I'm trying to work through, like from previous, and that still gets to me sometimes. And I think well, I wouldn't be dealing with any of this if this would, I wouldn't be. So I mean, I don't know. It's conflicting sometimes, but like I don't get bothered when I get text messages anymore. I just block them and just keep it moving. Like before, it used to set me off. I mean, I would spiral.
That's what I was going to ask you. So with him specifically, did you block him? Did you say, "Hey, this is over. I'm done with you"? Like, how did you actually separate?
I can't do this anymore. And he just continued, and I just stopped responding. But I mean, he just makes new phone numbers. We're over 40.
Crazy is cute until you deal with it.
Yeah. And I've seen those things where it's like, if I block you and you message me a different way, like, oh yeah, we're gonna be together, and I'm like, ew, no, that's toxic. Right. That's not
beyond
healthy.
Yeah.
That's not healthy. That's not right. That's not cute.
Were you aware of any other relationships he had with this type of stuff going on, or did you never look into it?
No, I didn't. I didn't. I mean, I'm sure. You don't start. This is a long behavior, and I'm sure he's. I'm sure he's had others where he did similar things, and it's just got progressively more and more, and like sooner. I'm sure like no kid starts out like that, but then they learn different like tricks and what to do and what bothers them and what triggers people and what pushes people, and so by the time you're our age, it's like he's got a whole playbook, Right.
What prompted you to start doing the videos on Facebook?
I guess because I always was quiet. I mean, not that I'm loud, but like, I always was a quiet person. No one really ever knew like what I was thinking or how I felt. And like, I really think that he thought that he was just going to like break me into just nothingness. But in reality, it's like he cracked me open so all of my light can come out. And so I think that's why. Because it's like, okay, I have all these things to say, and I'm going to finally say them. Like, I'm not going to be quiet anymore. And I don't care who listens. I mean, I don't care. I don't care if you like it. I don't care if you don't like it. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Like,
yeah.
I don't care. I mean, people have told me, like, you really shouldn't be saying that. Like, you post too much. What are you talking about? Like, that's private.
Like, delete me. Like,
and it's like,
it's
well,
not...
then you don't talk about your stuff. I don't care. But it's like, to me, holding that stuff in is poison.
It is.
It's poison, and it leads to so much.
That's how you implode.
Yes.
Just holding everything.
And that's what I've done in the past. I just don't say nothing, and then all of a sudden it's like the wrong thing sets you off, and then you just and then you look like the crazy because you're going off on people, and it's like, where the heck did that come from? It's like, well, I tried to tell you.
As men, we do that a lot. We
Yeah.
bottle everything up and just
Yeah.
Because
we feel like the world doesn't want to hear it.
because
You know,
you're not taught to like show your emotions unless you can show happiness, and you can even show anger. Men can be angry, right? Because they're so stressed out, but you can't show like sadness. You can't show vulnerability.
it gets weaponized against us.
Yes.
It's rarely at the time. It's from my experience, it's when somebody needs to get some kind of leverage.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's an argument or whatever it is, that's when it comes. Or if somebody just wants to hurt you.
Yeah.
You know, they just want to shut you up, type of thing. Women, you know, with how women handle their emotions, I don't see how there is no benefit for, you know, you guys holding that type of stuff in. With men, it makes us with men it makes us stronger in a way, but it also makes us desensitized to everything, and we come off like assholes.
Right.
And you know, so there is a
Well, and then women are like, well, I don't want a man who's a bitch.
right.
And it's like, well, you can't have a vulnerable man who can understand you and cater to your needs, and then, but like he's like a hard ass too. Like, you can't have it all the ways. You can't. And yeah.
Was he like that?
Oh yeah. I mean, and he's very big on perception. Like, I actually told a friend that I hadn't spoke to for a while, like several years, and we kind of reconnected like when all this was done. And when I told, she knew him, and when I told her all the things, and I said, I don't even want to tell you who it is. And she's like, why? And I'm like, because, you know, she knows him. And when I finally told her, I mean, she's like, what? Because she's like, I follow him on social media. And I said, okay. And she's like, I never, because he's very big on perception. He's.
I'm not following. You don't. Well, you probably got him blocked. You don't.
I do have him blocked, but I don't accept anyone who does.
Right. That's why I was asking.
Yeah. No. And so, you know, she just, I never would have expected that, because he's, you know, this family man and a businessman and can, you know, quote scripture and this and that. And she's like, oh my God.
Those are normally the ones.
Yes. Yes. Unfortunately. And she's like, I just never would have expected that. I'm like, well, yeah, that's part of.
That's the whole point.
That's, he doesn't want you to know. He doesn't want the average person to know. He wants it all to look good on paper. But, you know, heaven forbid anyone knows what he does, you know, behind closed doors.
If this just so happened to go on a bigger scale, and people started reaching out to you left and right to help other women and tell your story, would you be open to that, or is it kind of like I vented, I got some of it off, and no, I don't want to even get that deep into it?
I don't know. Part of me wants to be like, absolutely, because I want to help people, but another part of me is like, oh yeah, no.
Why not though?
Because there's still that level of like, I don't want people to know, and I, you know, like I get to choose when I post those things. I don't share it for everybody. I get to choose who sees it. And I guess, like, if you went on a bigger scale, like, you don't have control over that. And then people, you know, well, why didn't you leave? Well, why didn't you this? Well, why didn't you that? And it's like, you're
get really
the
sensitive.
point.
It makes stupid points about
You're that's not the point. The point isn't why didn't I leave. The point is he did it.
Right.
Why do they always point the fingers at the person? Why didn't she leave? Well, why is he doing it?
Right.
Why are you making it okay?
You don't really hear. You never really hear it framed like that. I've never heard it framed like that before. It's always
it's just like,
get up and go. You know, you're an adult. Just get up and leave.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's no that we teach girls. You know, like, well, don't wear that because then boys won't want to do that. It's like,
that's not the problem.
You teach the boys to keep their hands to themselves. Like, it's the focus is on the wrong parts, in my opinion. I mean. And women can be abusers too, because I've dealt with that with someone else who, you know, is he's dealing with that, and it's worse. I mean,
you know how you said the mental
Mm.
abuse part of it was worse,
Yeah, for me.
and the physical out of it makes sense.
Yeah.
Now listen to this: when women abuse men, it's primarily all mental.
Yeah.
So I see it all the time with friends and people I'm
Right.
around, and because I'm divorced, I've been,
Mm-hmm.
I have my own situation going on. You don't really see how bad some things are
Right.
until you get out of it and look back like I
Yes.
had zero business dealing with this, dealing with that. I should have been long gone.
Yeah.
And you see, it's frustrating to me to see people that I care about going through things because you want to tell them,
Yeah.
you need to get away from that, but you can't because people love
Right.
others, and like I said, the financial thing where some people can't afford to leave,
Right.
and there is a plethora of reasons why people stay.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, well, that's why I asked you on a bigger scale, would you do something like that? Because I feel like you can only help but so much.
Right.
It's worth a shot still, but from what I've seen, people have to make their own minds
Yes.
up to leave,
Yeah.
and that's what sucks because
Yeah.
you have somebody that's been through it, somebody that can tell you
Yeah.
all of the red flags,
Right.
all the pink ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have somebody that can list it all down, like,
Yeah.
I can tell you 9.99 times out of 10
Yeah.
where this is headed.
Right. And what's gonna come next, and all those things, and
And
yeah.
a lot of women are like, well, I just have to find out.
Yes. Yeah.
That's the.
But I think that you do have to find out for yourself. I really do, because if you do it based on what someone else says, you're gonna go back, or you're going to repeat it with a different person. You have to be the one that recognizes it, acknowledges it, and makes changes. Because if not, you're just gonna keep. Because do you ever see those people? They just keep dating the same type of person.
Yeah.
And it's like, when are you gonna learn? It's like, 'cause
Right.
they're not. They're thinking that they're not the problem. Not that they are, but it's like there's something inside.
Your decision
of them.
making is the
yes,
problem.
there's
Yeah,
something inside of them that keeps choosing these people that are not good for them, and a lot of that, I think, goes back to us feeling undeserving of goodness.
Mm-hmm.
And you have broken people who think that a situation is going to fix them, or think that a person is going to fix them, or think that, well, I'm not as broken as this person, so I can help them. It's just a cycle, and you have to break your own cycle. Like, no one can do it for you. You can't break nobody else's. Like, you have to make that decision for you.
You got friends or family that are in similar situations at the moment? Wait, laugh. Really?
Yeah. And that's the thing too.
Wow.
When I think about it, I'm like, well, this didn't happen, so mine wasn't as bad. And I think we can't do that to ourselves. Mm-hmm. Just because this or that didn't happen doesn't mean that you deserve less. Like, but no, we were just talking. Like, yeah. Yeah.
That is a whole different dynamic. Oh man.
You're like, I wish I would have known this before.
I should have asked that first.
Whole different.
It's not it's her business. It's her story. So I was not going to say anything.
Okay, so I have to.
Yeah.
You currently.
No, he is in prison for sexual assault and domestic violence. Strangulation towards me.
How long did that?
Okay, that happened September 15th.
So not even a
And
year.
he is serving 3 to 15 years. And I called 911 and I asked for a pizza because I didn't know how he would react. Because when you call 911 and ask to order a pizza, they know why you're calling.
That's a code. I've never known that. That's
Yes.
okay.
So you say, yes, I want to order a pizza. And they're like, do you know you called 911? And you say, yes. Do you feel like your life is in danger? And I said, yes. And I gave them my address. It takes an average, probably women about 7 times
Yeah.
to leave their abuser, because it can be extremely more dangerous leaving than staying.
Yeah.
Did you feel like if you did, either of you, if you were to get up and leave, that there would be no one to protect you, whether brothers, uncles? Was there no one to say, to step in if you were to walk away?
Well,
Sooner?
I was in the process of thinking that, because I was taking my keys off his keychain.
Yeah.
So I was in that process, but they don't. It's just I don't even know what to say. It's still kind of fresh.
And she
Right.
she lived, like, she moved away from family. That's another thing. They isolate you, right?
Yeah.
So he
Yeah.
come live out here with me. She lived out there. It was just like her and her son and him. You know, her parents live here. Her friends live here. You know, so she really didn't have protection.
Right.
I mean,
But it's a slow process,
Yeah.
because at first there's all that love bombing.
yeah,
For quite a long time, it's really good, and then it's very slow that these things start to happen, like the manipulation, the gaslighting, all these things. It's like a circle, and then they go off on you and accuse you of your reactions. So that happens, but things that happen start getting closer and closer and closer together. Like, it happens more often than not.
yeah,
And so, and one side of you is like, I should leave. Another side's like, I can't leave. Oh, I can help him. I don't know what I'm gonna do if I leave. I'm scared to leave.
yeah,
There's so many things that your brain does that they do to you, and they tear you down so low that you don't even like yourself.
Yeah.
That it's hard to even fathom that.
First question for both of you: the first time that there were any signs of abuse, what went through your heads? Was it, oh, okay, well, this is just a rough situation, or
Well, mine, it's your way of thinking. Like, it's
yeah.
the way that they, like I said, manipulate you and talk to you. Like, he would punch holes in the walls, and my thinking was, well, he's not punching me, so it's okay.
Mine was like, oh, fuck this. Like, I'm not putting up with this shit.
Yeah.
And then there I did.
put up with it?
And yes, because yeah, it was then like, because his big thing was like, he would block me on everything. Block me. Well,
Like,
so
you mean like on social media?
everything, text, everything, block me. Like he would say all these awful things, get mad at me, yell at me, cuss me out, and then block me. And so then it's like, what am I supposed to do? What am I, and then you're like scrambling, and that was his tactic. Like, at first, initially, I'd be like, well, block me then. Like, don't talk to me no more. But then, as then like night comes, and you're sitting there by yourself, and you're thinking all these thoughts, and it's like, well, am I never gonna talk to him again? Like, what was that about? I need to apologize. What did I do? And it's like, in my mind, I'm thinking, I didn't do anything.
It's almost like they brainwash you, kind of.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
He's like, oh.
He's like,
sure.
damn it.
Yeah, I mean, no, it's that stuff. It gets deep, man.
Like I said, it's still pretty fresh, too.
How often do you break down and cry
Pretty
about
much
it?
every day.
Yeah.
You're not fighting it right now, are you?
No.
I'm not trying to torture you.
He's like, I don't have no tissues up
No,
here.
I'll go find some, but that's not what I. Raw emotion is good. Don't get me wrong,
No.
but I'm not here to
I
break
get
anybody
that.
down.
Yeah, I feel it at night the most, and I let myself break down, because if
You
I
have
didn't,
to.
I would be holding it
Yeah,
in.
you have to feel all the things.
My mother told me that crying is a part of healing.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think that I isolated from everyone, and I didn't talk to Andrea, and then I would get new phone numbers, and Andrea heard what happened, and she messaged me. Thank God she wasn't like, screw you, you didn't talk to me, but
No.
she understood, and so like we have each other to.
Yeah.
She's helped me a lot.
You guys dropped a bombshell on me. with two of them.
He was like, oh, sorry.
With two.
Well, like I said, like, I didn't want her to feel like she needed to talk
Right.
about things. I didn't. It's not my business to tell. It's not my
Right.
story to tell. So I was like, I'm not. If she wants to talk, she wants to interject that. More power to her. So
when he went to prison, obviously that's where he belongs.
Mm-hmm.
But was there a part of you that was what's the word I'm looking for?
she felt guilty.
Right. You were
Yeah, because it's a very long process too, and I could have said I don't want to do the sexual assault charges, and then he wouldn't have went to prison.
Mm.
But I felt like I had to do that not only for myself, but for all the other women who felt like they couldn't. Because when I sit and talk to the detective and other people, the number of women that don't go through it is very high because they're scared.
Yeah.
And because you're ridiculed.
Yes.
You know?
And it is tough. It's tough. I mean, you're asked all these questions. I mean, I have a male detective that I had to sit across from and tell all these intimate things, and you know, it's definitely tough, but I just felt like it was something I had to do, and for myself.
Mm-hmm. Do you see a therapist also?
Oh yeah.
Do you feel like you get more from does it benefit you more talking to a therapist or someone that has been through the same thing?
Both sides.
Yeah.
It's just different perspectives.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely therapy helps 100%, but it's good to have someone to support too.
The only reason I asked is because I've talked to a therapist one time in my life after divorce, and I'm one of those people, like, I'm aware of my emotions. I know when I'm being unreasonable. I know when I'm being stubborn. I know when I'm right. I feel like I got a great handle on that just because of how my brain works. That's probably one of the only pros of being an overthinker is, you know, I think of everything from A to Z. So when I talked to the therapist, by the time we were done talking, in so many words, she told me that she didn't know if I would want to continue speaking to her or find somebody else, because I feel like I talked circles around her.
Well, there's that, and like I've been to a lot of therapists. It's just finding the right one.
That's what I heard. It was
you should go to mine because she does not.
That was the other reason why I asked.
Yeah.
That's why I asked if you got more from the therapist versus people.
It's different.
It is
It's
different.
different. It's just different.
What's the difference between?
The difference is you're learning about yourself, and then learning, like, why am I choosing this behavior about myself? Like, what brings that up? Why am I choosing this man?
Yeah.
What if you have I feel like the only difference between a therapist versus a true friend or a family member is, one of the main differences at least, is the bias. And this person knowing
like your past.
more details about you, and somebody that's not coddling or pacifying. Like if you have, say if you come to her about something and you know she's going to tell you what you were wrong about, what this person was wrong about. What is the difference between that and a therapist? Because like I said, I've only talked to one, so I don't know. Obviously there's a whole array of how they handle things.
They see everything so differently, and it's just different. I mean,
I think generally speaking, when you talk to a therapist, it should be a judgment-free zone, right? Because they don't have the bias. They don't know all these things. They're there to help you. And like, I think that I hold people accountable, but I know there are a lot of people that don't. You know, they just tell you the things that they think you want to hear.
Right, that's a problem.
Yeah, and that's not helpful. I mean, maybe in the instant when someone's really broken and hurting, like, you're not gonna be like, well,
right,
because, you know, you're not gonna do that. But like, so I think that like, you have to choose your friends, right? You have to choose your people who, because you want someone who's understanding and non-judgmental, but who will still hold you accountable. And I mean, this is the only therapist I've ever seen. And she does. I mean, like in the beginning, it's like she let me cry every single time. I mean, I cried like the moment I saw her, tears till the moment I walked out. And then it's like that got better. And then it's like, okay, well, now we're gonna do this, and now we're gonna do this, and now I want you to do this. I mean, she's still pushing me to be more social, which I don't appreciate, but. But I mean, so I think it depends on your therapist. I think it depends on the people that your friends and family that you're choosing to tell. Because, I mean, I don't know that there's one specific difference. One is better than the other. I think therapists tend to have a more clinical approach to it because that's their job.
Right.
But I mean, it just depends on who you see and what you have to be honest.
Right. Yeah, they can't. How can they help if they're
yeah, you have to be honest. And if you don't feel comfortable, you're not gonna be honest.
In both relationships, did either of you have any faults that not necessarily pushed them to do the things they did, but didn't necessarily help either?
Yeah. Sitting on the couch wrong, slamming. Just
but that's not really
passive aggressive.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I felt like.
So that might have triggered what they were doing, like.
I didn't do anything on purpose like that. I mean, I could sit on the couch the wrong way and he'd get mad.
So it was no matter what was going on. It was just
I didn't know who I was gonna get that day.
I mean, for myself, I'm sure there were times I had an attitude.
But that never warrants all of that.
It doesn't.
Right.
But it's but I'm sure it's oh, well, you're going to treat me like that? Well, okay, I'm going to have an attitude. And it's and I'm sure in his mind, it's oh, okay, well, you're setting me off. When in my mind, I'm well, I don't want to deal with your crap.
You were just reacting.
Yes.
So that's different.
Reactive abuse is a whole
Now
thing.
that you say that, the only time I did react and have an attitude was the night he attacked me. Strangled me.
Heaven forbid.
So, you know.
Heaven forbid I tell you you're a jerk while you're, trying to kill me. I mean, we shouldn't laugh, but sometimes I feel like you have to.
I was going to ask that. How do you...
You have to.
It's so sensitive.
It is.
Even today, I'm well, I don't want to ask the wrong thing and set anybody off.
No.
Yeah. I don't know. I was thinking too, it's crazy. So when I was 16, I talked to this guy, and I had not thought about this in, I couldn't even tell you how many years. And we were sitting with his family, and they were kind of just making little jokes or whatever. And I kind of said one too.
Mm.
And they were just laughing or whatever. And a few minutes later, he was hey, let me talk to you real quick. And he went down the hall, and I went down the hall, and I was hey, yeah. And I mean, he got in my face, nose to nose, finger in my face. Don't you ever talk about me like that, make fun of me like that in front of my family or my friends or anybody ever again. And I was
at 16?
Yes. And I was okay, I'm sorry. And I just kind of backed off. And I don't remember, because it was a long time ago, I don't remember how soon after that I was well, I'm never talking to him again.
Yeah.
It wasn't right at that moment, but it was I kind of just eased back, And I'm thinking, what in the world happened between that time that got me from, at this young age, when I didn't know anything about anything, that I could recognize that's not right. I don't want that for myself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm walking away from that. To me being however old and being oh, I deserve this. I should put up with this. What happened in that span of years that broke me down? Ugh.
Did the standards change, or what did you come up with?
I think it's life. I think it's life.
That's what therapists help with. Too,
I mean, I think it was
help you figure that stuff out.
Life that that just was little things over time that just made me feel less than and not worthy and undeserving. And
I feel our expectations, the older we get, and we lose the fairy tale, glossy-eyed way we see the world.
And it's not there's gonna be someone else.
Yeah,
it's maybe there won't be.
Yeah.
How much time do you have?
How much time do we got
left? Corners people, in my opinion, into dealing with someone they know because it's hey, it's better than nothing type of thing.
No, it's not. Nothing is better than that. I will be alone for the rest of my life before I deal with someone like that again. I will eat dirt before I take any money. I mean, he sends me money. Well, he did. I blocked him.
I would say still?
He tried, yeah. I mean, and I think about... Well, I'm sure she needs it. She needs money. Well, I will eat dirt.
Who doesn't need money? Give me the dirt.
Yeah.
I take the dirt.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. I just... But I did think about that the other day. What in the world happened in that span of time that I allowed myself to get here when I was already there. As a kid, I was already there. And then, so yeah.
So you two have known each other before, or
Yeah.
it just so happened that you
Yeah.
Yeah.
one thing leads to another, and situations happen.
And that's what I'm saying. That's why I feel like whatever happened was meant to happen. I mean, as awful as it was in the moment,
Mm-hmm.
it was, because who knows? I mean, had I not experienced that, maybe I wouldn't have reached out to her.
Right.
Maybe I wouldn't have felt comfortable talking to her about it. And maybe I mean, everything was already done by that point, you know, and he was already like in jail and stuff. But maybe, you know, she would have been like, I'm just dropping the charges. I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm a believer in everything happens
Yes.
for a reason, good and bad. You know, a lot of people only think that when you know, when it comes to the good. I think bad too. You know, it's just as simple as if I leave here and get in a car accident right here on Saginaw, that might have saved me from something way worse happening. You know, down the road. That's how my brain works.
That's how I think too.
Yeah. For what it's worth, it'll always be a touchy thing to talk about. It's something that just never. I don't see it getting easier, but your voices are way more powerful than
silence.
You think.
Well, and that, you know, like, you can't help nobody if you don't talk about it.
Even if it's just more beneficial in the long run, because if you don't help this person, the person, it might be somebody next to them, or somebody next to them that you help. So obviously it's not my place to say, but my 2 cents on it is anytime you can continue to put that out there.
I hope sometimes too, by talking about it, there might be a guy who is like, dang, I recognize those behaviors in myself that these people are talking about. I see that I've done that in the past, and I understand, like, because sometimes, I mean, and I have known people who've done that, like, they can be on your side, and yet they are doing it to someone else, but they are totally on your side. They can
you've known?
Yes, like they can understand you. They've been supportive. Like, oh, you deserve so much better than that. But then that sounds
psychotic. How are you doing this and still?
It's like they don't recognize it. They don't think that what they're doing it's the same.
That's what I was gonna ask. Were either of these guys, did they have like anything like actual mental things going on, or were they just?
Narcissism was a big one. I don't know.
Because
like any type of disorder is what I was saying.
Sure. Not diagnosed.
Psychopath.
Not diagnosed.
You're not diagnosed.
For mine, he had a lot of trauma, a lot of childhood trauma.
Yeah, mine did too.
That's a leading thing to a lot of.
And I think, and I recognize that, and so that's why I was like, he has trauma.
I did the same thing.
Yeah, it's like he has trauma. And then when I told him about that, it's like then all of a sudden, well, it's because this, it's because that. And I'm like, wait, I didn't tell you that so you could use it as an excuse.
Mm-hmm.
I told you that because I see your pain and I want you to get help. Like,
I feel like that's a woman thing. A lot of women do that. And like I just asked, if there was any fault of,
I guess,
that would be it.
That would be it.
Is because when you do that, what you do is enable that person to thinking you're on their side and everything's okay, and they're like, oh well, hey, you must be. You're at this point you're volunteering.
Yes,
you're
justifying the behavior.
Right, you're justifying it.
Oh, for sure. Like, he knows I'm not at this point. We've been together for so long. The reason why it escalates, and he's nice, it gets to a certain point where it's like, oh, she's not leaving. She's not going to go anywhere. So I'm just going to start spiraling.
You ever pick up a weapon? Like, did you ever get tired of it? Like, fuck this. Kitchen knife. The one that you just sharpened last week when he was going to work.
Oh, no.
Never? You never thought about it either?
No.
You got kids?
I have a son.
You have a son.
But I think I didn't need a weapon because my weapon was calling 911.
911 was the weapon. Yeah. Yeah? That's
Yeah.
the most effective one. I mean, because you never know, when you fight back, that might escalate things, and now it's really, a bad scene.
Right.
Well, no, this is exactly what I
Yeah.
wanted, you to do. It's just a plus with you having a
I
story
gave you a
too.
bonus.
You did. You did. And when you brought it up, we said I have somebody with me. I already, like I said, I'm an overthinker,
Yeah.
so I already knew.
Kinda
She's
knew.
probably.
Yeah.
She doesn't know me from a can of paint,
Right.
so it's expected.
Right.
But I don't have a problem with that. It isn't
Well, I wasn't at first, and I was telling her about it, and she's like, "Oh, I can come with you," and I was like, "Okay."
even better.
And so, and I thought just by hearing it, maybe it would be helpful.
Yeah.
And I
Was
did-
it?
Oh yeah, for sure. I think saying it out loud.
Yeah.
Because it's hard now. It's hard for me.
It's like
still.
speaking in front of a class.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Public speaking.
Yeah.
Yeah. But when you can talk about it and when you can talk about it and not cry,
Right.
it's like, oh
Yeah.
my gosh, like I have reached the promised land, and I mean,
Is this the majority of what you two talk about when you're together, or like what percentage of you guys' conversation is?
I mean, I think a lot of it is just because it is still like really
Yeah.
like new for her.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just in April, his sentencing.
Yeah.
Oh well, shit.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Wait, you said fresh. I'm thinking, oh man,
no, like this happened.
the ink isn't dry yet.
It hasn't even been
Uh-uh.
a year that it all happened for her. So, so it is a lot of what we talk about, but it's not the only thing we talk
No.
about.
What else you do? Okay, what else are you talking
Just
about?
gossip about people.
Work, work, I'm
Yeah.
like work and then work.
Work and more work. I'm trying to think if there was anything else I had to ask because it feels like you two nailed it. To be nervous, you did perfectly fine. So
Well, thanks.
I don't know. You might have a thing in public speaking.
That's a no. I don't consider
You're doubting
this
yourself. How are
public.
you going to doubt yourself like that?
This isn't public.
Technically, I mean, it's people that hear it, so that's public. It's not.
Well, they're not in my face. Yeah, maybe someday, but not today.
Not today. What about you? Would you
I would.
on a bigger stage?
I've done it before.
You did.
Talk about this?
No, I mean, I don't know. I probably would. I've always been like that type of person.
What is it? Is it that you feel like it's just reopening a wound by, or what is the thing that has you reluctant to?
Well, there is this part of me, like, I don't want him to see it.
Right.
Really?
That's harder
Yeah.
for her.
I
I think
don't,
it's harder
Because
for
I don't know how he would react. Like, and then there's a part of me that feels like I'm still protecting him. But it's like, but in reality, I'm protecting
her.
myself.
Mhm.
Right.
Like, I have no control over what he does, but, I don't want to give him any reason to reach out to me. I don't want to
You
talk
want
to
to
him.
open the door.
No.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't want him to get mad and then start the whole thing all over again and do this, that, the other. I don't want him to be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I just don't want any of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think that is my big thing. And I mean, like, there are people that don't know, and I don't need them to know. My kids don't know.
Really?
Really.
At all, or they
No.
don't know details?
They don't know at all. So it's like, not that I'm opposed to them knowing. But
You ever plan on explaining to them, like if it, just comes up? Say if your
Yeah.
daughter is dealing with the same thing,
Yeah.
is that how you?
I mean, I would. Like I said, like I get to choose who I, share it with, and I'm kind of like,
See, I don't have to worry about that stuff because he's like,
yeah.
Yeah.
So sometimes I don't think about like that
Yeah.
aspect of it. And then so like he's in prison and he has no contact order for me, and if he tries to make contact, he'll be there long. That's
Big
like,
deal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, mine probably should be, but
You never know. I mean, the universe works how it's supposed
exactly.
to. But
And
that's how.
why I'm
That,
like, you know what?
Yeah.
I let that take care of itself. I don't need to do anything. I'm not like people are like, well, just do this, and like he's, he's a felon and he has guns. And I'm like, no,
Right.
that is not. That's
Wash your hands with it.
And
Just
that's
be
for-
be
yes,
totally removed from it.
Yes, I don't. I mean, so that is why, like, I'm like, well, you don't have to like
All right.
put my name in nothing. You don't have to show my face.
Right.
Like that's why. I mean,
Yeah, I respect.
and then there's a part of me that's like, fuck if he knows. Like, let him know and hear about himself. But
I feel like until men that do things like that get put either in the slammer or get put on blast,
yeah,
they feel like, okay, well, I'm kind of flying under the radar
Yeah.
and continue to do it,
and yeah,
which is the only fucked up part about it because, my opinion, you got zero place protecting.
right,
Zero. Absolutely, you got zero. Aside from you, if you feel like this guy is gonna come after you,
Right.
okay, hey, well, you told what I.
yeah,
That's one thing. If
Yeah.
you think that happened, then no,
right.
don't do it. But if that's, which obviously anything is a possibility, but
I mean, and that is it. I'm not actually thinking, oh, but I need to make sure no one knows about him. It's more like, I don't want him to know that I'm saying this because I don't want him to contact me.
now that's understandable. That's understandable.
But then I also have guilt. Like, I should put his name all over everything, and I should say that so that no one else has to deal with him. But then that would make him come after me.
You remove the closure of a situation. I feel like when you
Yeah.
when you do that, now it's like,
Yeah.
okay, well now I'm right back to
Yeah,
not
yeah.
square one, but I'm at square 10,
Yeah.
which is
Yes.
dealing with this.
And then he would definitely retaliate against that, and he would come after me, and I'm like, no,
It's not worth it.
It's
Yeah,
not.
it is not. It ain't worth it.
And I have to let other people go through their experiences that they have to go through. I mean, just because I say it, if he's already talking to somebody and I was like, well, just so you know.
It's probably not even going to
No,
do
like,
it. Yeah.
well, she's crazy.
That was her. That was,
yeah,
yeah.
she's crazy. She did this.
I got a
this,
different
this.
version of him.
Yeah, she did all this, and that's why I did that.
Oh, yeah.
She's just so no. So it's just, I want no parts.
Understandable. I can't argue with that.
Yeah.
Last words?
Oh gosh.
I don't want to hold either of you. I feel like I've
Like, but wait, one more
I've-
thing.
Nah,
There is. Oh, I wish I knew the number. There is a domestic violence.
I'll find it and post it.
hotline.
I'll find it.
You know, if you just need to talk at any time to someone, I think that's
Yeah.
good to have. It doesn't mean like, oh, you're ready to leave, but if you just need to talk, you
Yeah.
can.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not alone. I mean, there are so many people that have experienced something like it.
Yeah. This was deep. It was deep, but I like it. This is that's part of why I even set this room up because I don't know if you paid attention, but I do all kind of stuff from here. So it's
Yeah.
like, but one of the main reasons was I wanted to get regular people with stories worth
Right.
telling
Yeah.
up here. You know, it doesn't have to be music related
Right.
or no, because I feel like regular people like us have all kind of stuff to offer. We just
Right.
rarely, if ever, have the platform to put it out there.
Yeah.
So once again, thank you.
Thank
Bonus story too.
you.
I appreciate it. How you feel now? Is it?
I mean, I'm kind of like, oh boy, now what? What's it gonna look like? Do I sound stupid?
No, you did good. You did real good. I guess we'll wrap it up with that.
All
Thank
right,
you.
well,
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. You guys